Earnestly podcast coming to you June 2nd, 2021. This is actually an emergency podcast because earlier today, the WWE had a bunch of stuff happen. A bunch of major news releases today in WWE. Now, I probably should be doing this. I'm really, really tired. If you guys follow me on social media, you know I just got my second vaccination shot yesterday. I'm worn out a little bit, sore all over, but I will say, all considering the stories I've heard about getting the vaccine shot and some of the stories about people being on their ass, all that, and I've had some moments where I was kind of like had chills, whatnot. Yesterday, for example, for a couple hours. All considering, I'm doing okay. I was able to still be active in the house. I'm still glad I took off of work because I needed to. Because honestly, I don't think I'll be able to do well at work. If I put myself at work, I probably would have had to leave early anyway. So rest was necessary, and I got rest today too. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. But again, this is an emergency podcast because earlier today, around I want to say 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, we got word that the WWE had released a bunch of wrestlers. And some of them very high profile ones, which is actually quite surprising. Now, yesterday, if you follow me on Twitter, I got into it with one of the quote unquote journalists, wrestling journalists, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, I think it is. I can't remember exactly the site, name of the site he runs. He had said that tomorrow is going to be another active day, you know, in the world of wrestling, and some news would drop within 24 hours. And, you know, I innocently just responded with on Twitter, just basically saying, you know, could it be SummerSlam news? Could be, you know, could it be this and that? Could it be just, you know, could it be, I don't know, something, anything in that nature. Could it be clickbait? You know, NXT shakeup. Was it the New Japan WWE deal? You know, and he responded to me, you know, which I guess is kind of cool. But he came out very sensitive to me personally. Like, why would you respond to me for it? First starters, number one, I wasn't even attacking you. I was saying a list of things that could happen. You know, just a little sensitive. You know, I've been doing this independent media thing for about 10 years now, and one thing I've learned is that some of these media folks, whether it be in the NBA, pro wrestling, NFL, whatever it may be, entertainment, pop culture, whatever it may be, some of these folks are too damn sensitive, man. And I know they get a lot of shit from other people too, but my tweet was innocuous. It wasn't anything over the top, you know. Anyway, enough of that. I will give him credit for this, though. He was right on the money about being a busy day today, being a active and pretty much what's what I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm a little I don't know. I'm just out of it today. I need a rest. Let me just get to this quickly. Anyway, WWE releases today. This is, I mean, some of the names are big. Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett, Lana, Ruby Riott, and of course the two biggest ones here, Aliester Black, and the biggest one here, Braun Strowman. Let's start with Strowman first. This is obviously the most surprising one because he was literally in the main event in the title picture last month at the WrestleMania Backlash. He's been one of the more popular or well-known characters or wrestlers on the roster for a better part of the last couple of years. You know, you didn't think Braun Strowman would be one of the guys that would be. If you look at like maybe 5 guys that you would think would not be released by WWE, Braun Strowman's probably not top 5. At least I would assume that. So my evaluation of this one, as I believe, is that this sounds like a cost-cutting measure on this end. It sounds like he has a pretty big salary, and maybe that's why they decided to cut him. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of think that it is likely that he'll return on a smaller deal, but we'll see. That's just me speculating. That's just me being putting it out there. You know, I'm not a big Braun Strowman guy personally myself, but I am a bit shocked that he was cut. But again, from what people are saying on social media, that sounds like it was a cost cutting measure. He had a pretty, from what I understand, a significant salary. So, Aliester Black, not too surprising. Like, if this happened maybe 2 months ago, it would have been actually something that we expected. But Aliester Black has been back on TV for the last couple of weeks on SmackDown. They actually started pushing his new character. He actually was starting to feud with Big E on SmackDown. So we thought, okay, well, they gave him a new character. Because remember, the last line of cuts that happened, I believe, was a month and a half ago. We all assumed Aliester Black would be part of that. And he wasn't part of that. Because Aliester Black hadn't done nothing in 6 months, more 6 months. And we heard that they're going to reboot his character and this and that. And they started doing vignettes for him recently. He started getting involved with his, like I said, with his feud with Big E. And I don't know where he's cut. Weird too, also because we heard about his wife. Her real name is Thea Trinidad. Her character is Selena Vega, of course. She had gotten released by WWE last year, but we heard some rumors about her possibly coming back to the company. She was spotted at the Performance Center, I think, 2 weeks ago, although nothing has happened with that. So now with him being gone, is it possible maybe that this ends now? Both of them will probably go to somewhere else. I don't know. So the shock is more so in the fact that he was literally in the middle of a program with Big E, and this is obviously drops down the pike. So he should be, to me, honestly, I look at, I want to be that guy that keeps saying, oh, well, go to AEW, go to AEW. Honestly, he is a perfect fit for AEW. In fact, he should be someone that would be propelled to the top of the main event card on AEW the minute he goes. Or any promotion for that matter, whether it's Ring of Honor or MLW or, Impact, whatever it may be. But he is a perfect fit for AEW. So, there's that one. All right, what else names were cut today? Ruby Riott, not completely surprising. She's hasn't been used much, honestly. I think she'd be a good fit somewhere elsewhere. I don't see much of her, to be honest, on TV anyway. Like when I watch Raw and SmackDown, for example, or Raw especially, it's always on the edited version. So most likely she doesn't make the final cuts of what they put on the 3-hour episode down an hour and a half. So, but she should get a home somewhere. Lana also cut. No doubt should be in AEW along with her husband Miro, formerly Rusev of WWE fame. In fact, I actually think adding her with Miro would actually make the package even better between the two. I mean, obviously did it before WWE, but you do it now in AEW with him being the TNT champion right now, it'd be perfect. Now I believe she still has I think everybody here has a 90-day non-compete clause, so we won't be able to see anything but with that until September. But hopefully she will. I think she's probably the biggest obvious choice to AEW moving forward. Santana Garrett, not used much on NXT, at least recently anyway. Didn't see any really much of her, honestly. Of course, she was. This is probably to make any sense, regardless. She had gotten a lot of backlash a couple days ago on Twitter because she had posted a video of her on a boat on Memorial Day, filming like a bunch of Trump flags on boats and then a fuck Biden boat also, and she zoomed into it and people got kind of triggered to that. Which, by the way, stop. Whether or not you like Trump or don't like Trump, stop being so fucking petty. Honestly. Stop being petty. Like, seriously. Just saying. And then finally, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy is extremely talented. He's with the company actually 8 years. He's someone I think can fit anywhere. New Japan. I can see him going to Impact. I can see him going to Ring of Honor. I would say AEW also should look at him too, but I feel like AEW, he'll be stuck where he's at now, mid-card, if not misused. AEW's roster right now is pretty stacked. If I'm not mistaken, someone told me they have like over 100 wrestlers employed in the company. So I feel like if Buddy Murphy goes to AEW, he'll be lost in the shuffle a little bit. So I think if I'm Buddy Murphy, I'd probably do like an independent tour a little bit, make some money on the side, do Impact, maybe do MLW, Ring of Honor, maybe go to Japan as things are opening up now around the world. And we're going to touch on this tomorrow on the Take 3 Wrestling podcast, which we record every Thursday, which is put out on Friday mornings. I think what's happening here, and like I said, we're going to debate this on the show tomorrow. I think there's a bigger thing in play here, possibly. A lot of people are speculating that maybe WWE and Vince McMahon is considering selling the company. It wouldn't surprise me. It'd be weird seeing this company not have Vince McMahon, there. But, everything is weird since COVID. And the funny thing is WWE's made a bunch of money even through COVID. With the big deal they did with Peacock and putting the network on their platform and all that, the quote unquote $1 billion deal. At least that's a speculative number that's out there. It would be weird if Vince is really thinking about selling, but I think the shocking part here, more than anything else, is the quality, the name value that's being released today. Like I said, Braun Strowman, he was in the main event picture not even a month ago, not even a couple weeks ago. Also, Black at main event material. He could have been using NXT. Just saying. But the speculation about him maybe selling the company. I don't know. There's a lot of things to sift through, but I really feel for the people who got released, especially too, because obviously you don't want to see people with no jobs and whatnot. But I will say today, and especially now with everything opening up in the coming weeks and months, I don't think these guys and gals are going to have issues finding work, honestly, because there's, like I said, there's more companies out there. People are starved to get back to arenas, get back to seeing pro wrestling as a whole, not just WWE, but AEW and MLW, Impact, you name it. So I don't think they'll have a hard time finding jobs going forward. So if this is a time you wanted to have choices to do the craft that you're passionate about, now's the time to do it. So anyway, that was my quick rapid reaction. I actually meant to do this earlier today, but couldn't find 10 minutes earlier with the kids still, and of course me trying to stay, rested with this second shot. But anyway, till next podcast, we'll talk soon, and later.